This is the question that we're asking today. What is the way forward from now? And I'm going to read these 3 tweets. First, by Hopo Shimono. He's saying there is no plan. There is need for structures. And the second thing, Set Free Nerera, who is on Twitter, also said that what if Nelson Chamisa accepts a role in parliament? Should he accept that role? Then the third thing is Linda Masarira, whom we know that she is a critic of CCC. She has said that we are going to see in the next week these people going to accept the vehicles and all the perks that they are given by the Parliament of Zimbabwe. What do you think is going to happen? And do you think there is a plan? Before we go there, let us listen to the spokesperson of CCC, Mr. Promise Mkwananzi, speaking on ENCA, and this is what he had to say. And I want to scrutinize his statement about them going to parliament.
What the Citizens Coalition for Change, which is the official opposition in Zimbabwe, going to be doing? Are you going to participate in this government, bearing in mind the elections were flawed? Because I understand it's sort of elections, local and national elections all in one. Are you going to be not participating? What is your plan for the immediate future?
Well, the focus at the moment is the call for a fresh, free and fair election. I think that is the thrust and that is the message we want to send out there. And we have sent out...
Which is good. That is good for them to have a fresh election, which is not done by ZEC. Very noble idea. Let us listen to the second.
Delegates and deployees of President Nelson Chamisa to go and engage the region on the need for a fresh, free and fair election. Secondly, we are not going to surrender what we consider to be our liberated zone, areas where we have traditionally and historically dominated. We think that...
All right. That means that the MPs are going to parliament. The parliament which is out of a result of a flawed election. You are calling for fresh elections, or are you calling for your MPs to go to parliament? Because you can't have both. You can't have both. You have to have one thing. If you are resolute about not going into a government of a sham election, then you should not go into parliament. That's my thinking. But guys, what do you make of this? Let's listen again to what he's saying. The liberated zones.
Our domination is actually what came out of the election is an underrepresentation of our popularity in those areas. And
which is very, very true. That is very true. The voter suppression was evident.
Fresh election will demonstrate that we could even garner more votes in the urban areas than we garnered.
Quick one, Promise Mkwananzi, just to jump in, sorry. What leverage do you have to call for a fresh election? Who's going to support you?
Certainly, we expect the region to support us on the call for a fresh election based on the report that they took out, which was very clear that this election was muzzled with a lot of irregularities and therefore could not produce, the true will of the people of Zimbabwe. We count on the region, we count on the international community, and as well as the generality of our people here in Zimbabwe. Wherever you go, people are saying that the election that was announced was not true, the results were fake, and the whole election was a haste. So we need to sit down as Zimbabweans and collaborate in terms of bringing about a free and fair election based on a roadmap that considers the things that we have demanded.
Right. In conclusion, he is saying this is the leverage, which is SADC. Fair and fine. But I would think that it was going to be more heavier for them to have gone to court. And going to court was going to probably give them a bit of more time for the inauguration not to be done, for even serious debates to be done between the SADC leaders. And the SADC report was going to be presented. By the time the inauguration happens, the SADC report would have been out. That is my thinking. But what do you make of Promise Mkwanan's statement as Triple C as a whole? And what Oposhimona is saying, that let these people lick their wounds and look for mistakes and not repeat a deja vu of 2018, because this is what I'm seeing playing out, a deja vu of 2018, whereby they is saying that we have a plan, the region is going to support us, the new government is coming, and this is this and that, and people must not lose hope until we get to 2023. Are we going to get to 2028 with the same mantra repeating itself, and then we are told there is a big plan and that plan does not play out? Is it time for them to accept defeat? What do you make of this? And in terms of leverage, do they have leverage to call for fresh elections? And I've said it previously that there is someone who has to foot that bill, and that bill, that budget, it has to be footed by someone. What do you make of this? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. From me, it's bye for now, and please subscribe and like this video.